Diddy is a great guy and an inspiration, is what Tyler the Creator was saying a while ago on Twitter. Yeah, so Tyler is getting canceled again for like the millionth time at this point, and it all started because of Tyler simply posting this picture. And it was a tribute to the R&B singer D'Angelo, who unfortunately passed away last week, and this started a lot of different conversations because of the fans' replies and response to this post from Tyler. And Tyler's older tweets that turn out to be a lot worse than people thought are being found and criticized because of all this. So there's a lot to talk about today regarding Tyler and this whole entire situation that started off very, very small, but somehow blew up into this massive thing that now everybody is talking about. So as always, leave a like, subscribe, it helps the channel out a ton and grows our community even stronger. And let's talk about this whole entire thing and whether Tyler is really getting canceled or if this is just a classic internet overreaction. And first, to just start off with the entire story of what actually happened to cause tweets like this to get brought back up again in the big 2025, because a lot of these are from 2011, 2013, and like, what's the reason for going this far back? But like I said, it started with Tyler's tribute post to the late R&B singer, where he literally just posted a photo of D'Angelo, no caption, nothing. And for those who don't know who D'Angelo was, he was a very important artist from his generation, someone Tyler looked up to musically, obviously, as you could tell. But instead of fans going under this post and paying their respects or just not commenting at all, it kind of turned into like complete chaos. A few days before this, Tyler was spotted with a man walking through New York. A fan was trying to record them together. Tyler yelled at him and got a lot of criticism for it, with people saying things like, why is he so pressed trying to hide his new boyfriend? Or just why is he being a dick in general? Which one, everyone is entitled to their privacy, so no real reason for Tyler to actually be getting criticism for this. And two, Tyler shut down the rumors that he was dating this person, so he was kind of just getting hate for no reason. But these rumors and this controversy spread all over to this D'Angelo post, and well, the replies were not good. Does your white boyfriend know who he is? Yo, that's NBA YoungBoy. Some just straight up shitting on Tyler's music, not being able to read the room at all. So of course, a lot of fans, including Tyler, were criticizing his fan base, mainly about how Tyler has a fan base who doesn't appreciate where his art actually comes from. So Tyler ended up liking this tweet, saying that same type of thing, saying Tyler's fan base hates black music, despite himself having a very deep love and appreciation for it. He has Charlie Wilson, Erykah Badu, DJ Drama, etc. collaborations, and they still refuse to engage with black art on any meaningful level. Very cannibalistic. And basically, to put it straightforward, to make it easier for you guys to understand if you didn't, these fans love Tyler, but not necessarily the culture that raised him, leading to them disrespecting all of this type of art. And I see Tyler liking this tweet as kind of like, you guys are embarrassing the fuck out of me. And that tweet changed everything, and it's kind of the reason for everything getting dug up from Tyler's past, because after liking this tweet, a lot of fans came back at Tyler saying, you did this, you built this fan base that disrespects this type of art, because you yourself would disrespect black culture and black art early in your career and use it as shock value. And then unfortunately for Tyler, a lot of people started pulling receipts for this claim, and it is not looking good at all. They went back far, which I definitely think is an important part of the context here, and I'll talk about that in a little bit after we go through a few of these tweets. R. Kelly peed on a fucking child and got away with it. That is the most swagged out shit I've ever heard in my life. No words. I hate the color black. I hate the black dude from Victorious. Yeah, I cannot say that shit out loud. But I think you guys get the point, and those are some of the worst tweets that I've seen personally that I found. And there's definitely a lot of others that are up there. Some examples are on the screen right now that kind of just prove the point further, that a lot of these people are saying that Tyler did facilitate this type of fan base and behavior to allow these things to be said. And this spot right here is where I think this entire situation gets really blurry as well, because obviously once those old tweets are getting passed around, brought up again after years and years have gone by, a lot of people have started debating whether this is just 2011 Tyler being edgy, trying to promote all of this music through that shock value that I was talking about before, or if all of these tweets kind of reflected on something deeper and a sense of self-hatred from Tyler. And that this whole aesthetic that he had while he was on his come up was built off disrespecting that same culture that he's now trying to defend so hard and calling his fans out when he allowed this behavior in the first place. And to be honest, I really think both of these things could be true. A lot of people in general, but especially on the internet tend to see things in just black and white, where this is definitely 100% a gray area. And I don't think you can look at this like that. Obviously, some of these tweets are objectively bad. The ones that involve anything about race, using slurs, not okay at all. But like the R. Kelly ones, the ones that have obvious jokes and rage bait, everybody knew that Tyler was the shock value guy. His whole entire shtick was saying the wildest, most offensive shit because that's what made Odd Future blow up. At the same time, that attitude did shape his fan base, but I really don't think anyone thinks that about Tyler today. Tyler has matured so much, and I do think it's wrong to say that his fan base hasn't changed at all, because it definitely has. Tyler's music is very rooted in black artistry, and he has left a lot of those fans behind that couldn't evolve with him, and it honestly makes all of these things brought up about Tyler constantly kind of poetic. The guy who used to joke about black culture is now getting frustrated that his fans don't take it seriously. And it's almost like this character that Tyler created is still haunting him to this day. Because when you look at his recent work, like I said, he spotlights a lot of this culture that he loves. And honestly, I think that's more important to do while he's a huge artist compared to when he's a teenager trying to get reactions out of people because he has no motion and he wants to blow up. And that's what makes this whole situation so interesting and so confusing, honestly. It's not really about whether Tyler is racist or whether people should cancel him. It's about how the internet kind of handles that growth, especially when someone's been online since they were a teenager, because you can't erase that digital footprint. Tyler's been famous since he was literally a kid, and the internet doesn't really know how to let anyone grow up. Every few years, someone finds an old tweet, it trends, and then the whole cycle just repeats over and over and over again. It's like, give it a fucking break. Like, oh my gosh. People are allowed to change and grow and reflect on what happened to them in the past or what they said in the past. And artists are under such an unfair microscope that the internet is always going to bring up your worst moment whenever anything happens involving you. Shit, it happens to me. I say anything online and my god-awful take of thinking Jack Boys 2 was a better first listen than Clips is always fucking brought up. Now, whether that's fair or not is honestly depending on how you look at all of it, because yes, Tyler did say a lot of awful stuff, but he's one of the few artists who's shown an extremely clear evolution, not just in his music, but in how he talks about all of these different serious topics in general, even though he does sound pretentious a lot of the time. He literally went from trolling people online to creating Grammy-winning music about self-discovery. That is not nothing. But the other side of it is that you can't fully separate who he was from who he is. That early fan base didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was built on that old image that Tyler facilitated. So when people say Tyler created this, it's not entirely wrong. Even if he's not that person anymore, he did kind of lay the foundation for all of this weird stuff being said and being allowed to be said for this detached fan base that really doesn't respect black art the same way that he does now. And at the end of the day, this whole entire Tyler situation isn't really about whether he's canceled or not. It's more about what happens when an artist outgrows their younger self. That made them famous in the first place, which is a good thing. Like, I don't know why the internet holds this as like some bad thing that can't happen. Tyler grew and a lot of his fans didn't, and that tension keeps coming back every time something like this happens, because even if Tyler's moved on, the internet never lets him forget who he was. And it also kind of shows how hard it is to truly evolve online, especially considering Tyler has created some amazing art. The internet's memory is infinite, and people love to act like growth isn't real when it's someone they already decided to hate. Like, yeah, Tyler said a bunch of dumb shit when he was younger, but you know who also did that? You watching, probably. He's also one of the few who visibly has changed. His music, his whole energy, the way he speaks, it's night and day. That's all my yapping for today. I feel like this video has really felt deeper than anything I've ever made. Definitely a lot of emotion here, which I don't know what that says about my channel. Comment your opinions on everything down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, questions, and concerns. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. It helps my channel and supports me a lot to keep making these videos. Join my Discord, the best music community on the internet. Follow my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those links will be down in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and on that note,